Okay, you have 2 minutes, sorry, you have 1 minute and a half upon hearing this message to place your bets on who you think is going to advance on to the grand finals to face off against Cure in that best of 5. As we load into game 1 and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Solaris, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the blue Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle, the ace player of Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. And they have been patiently waiting for quite some time to get this best of 3 up and running. Now they're at each other's throats. They've had some time to kind of ruminate, to go over this series in their minds, to think about how they want to approach this and what they want to bring to the table. Obviously, Zerg players are typically more reactive here in ZVT, but Wayne can be quite aggressive in this matchup. We have seen him, similar to Dark, make use of roaches and be hyper-aggressive, be in the face of the Terran. Not too sure if that's the best way to approach Solaris. This map can be quite difficult to break a 3-wasting player. The speed zones, they can help though, especially if you knock down these rocks. We can go for these committed roach pushes, but we'll see. We'll see what Wayne has in store for us, whether he does go roaches or some kind of Lingbane variation instead. Here we go. Our boys came home. Mature cheese. Fine age. You're animals. You're animals. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, if you remember, I mean, winding it back to the beginning of the last game, I mean, Cure defended against the Proxy Churax quite well, if you recall. Like, he started off with the lead, and then things swung one way, then the other. There was drop play coming in. Both players are losing SCVs. Beyond, he rushed into a third CC on location. There was just so much going on in that game. So much to factor in to kind of how that went one way or the other. And yeah, it was great. It was a beautiful TvT. Very high octane, very high pace. Good stuff. GG. GG, well played. As we're settling into our ZVT, the Reaper has arrived. We're going to be dancing with these Lings. Queens are on the way, and Wayne shouldn't be losing much here. One of those Lings does get very low. He does invest into a 5th and 6th Ling even. Oh my god. As the Lings will barely escape. So on the one hand, Wayne doesn't lose anything, but at the same time, he was forced to make an extra pair of Lings just to be able to hold on. Third base was thrown down on location. Behind this, Clem getting into a third CC before Starport, very economic opener. And we saw a variation of this both games against Solar. Winding it back, if you were here for Clem versus Solar, you know what Wayne is in for. Like, Clem was looking dominant against Solar. More so in game 1, but even in game 2, if you remember what we said about game 2, it felt like Solar, the entire game, was treading water. Solar, he was like barely staying afloat, but he was never really in control. Solar, he was never really had any momentum against Clem in that entire series. Clem was just all over him. So Wayne has a lot to live up to. Wayne has a lot. There's a lot of pressure on him. Clem is coming in as the favorite player. But we'll see. We'll see if Wayne can keep up. We spoke about the roaches earlier, and there it is. Roach Warren has been thrown down behind the natural base. Wayne rushing into them. 8 roaches in production. Again, we spoke about this before, but Wayne, he is known for his roach aggression in this matchup. Very similar to Dark, actually. Just a very aggressive player in general. And that's maybe why Wayne has so much success in ZVZ, because he can catch your opponent, or he can catch another Zerg player like in the midst of droning or out of position or off guard. As we are moving out. Now, this isn't an all-in. Don't get this twisted. I believe it's going to be an 8 roach push. Yeah, 8 roaches in total for Wayne. He's moving out. He's looking to deal some damage. Looking to trade. And he's droning behind this. Hoping to force a reaction as well. Clem forced to cancel a depot. Backing off. Bunker is on the way. The roaches, they do run into a wall of Marines. And we are going to try and push on forward here. But roaches are going down. Good target firing out of Cure. He gets 2. He gets 3. He gets 3 roaches, but he's being forced all the way back. Bunker will complete. With the completion of the bunker, we have to back off. We have to respect it. Oh, we're going for the depot even, and we're gonna get it. The roaches. Oh, two of those roaches were so low, and it looks like one of them goes down. The others will try to escape. And it looks like with the help of the speed zone, some of them will, but up. One of them shouldn't. It does get roasted. Again, behind this, Wayne has been droning. He's fully saturated on 3 bases. We're getting into more roach production. Lair is on the way. Oh, but another roach goes down. And Clem, can he keep pushing? Clutch transfuse with the help of the queens. Wayne, he's holding. Ah, the dodge is real. Snowlings are coming in, but it looks like Clem, he breaks on forward. He supply blocks Wayne. And this may just be too much. With the help of these reinforcements, though, Wayne, he holds. Wayne, he barely does hold on. Looking at the units lost tab, Wayne, he lost 5 lings and 7 roaches. Nothing too major here. He just traded with the Marines, and again, forced ideally an overreaction. He did delay the 3rd base. It's only just now being landed on location. And Clem is going to be settling into the mid game. Likewise, so is Wayne. Now, the downside here is that Wayne is stuck with a Roach Ravager based composition. It's very immobile. He's working on +1 range, which is interesting. With +1 range on the way, this does tell us that he wants to commit to Roach Ravager, and he isn't going for a Ling Bane transition yet. It's still on the table, but a little bit further down the line. This looks like Roach Ravager potentially into Hive, potentially into Hydras and Lurkers. Again, these range upgrades kind of seamlessly transition into that. We'll see if we commit into +2 range or +1 melee instead. That'll be kind of our next tell as to what Wayne wants to work with. Whether he goes for like a 2-2 timing with roaches or +1 melee, which will lead into a longer game, a more macro game. Meanwhile, Clem isn't going all in. That is a 2nd factory. 2 more gases being taken, soon to be a 4th CC. Clem, he's looking further ahead. Meanwhile, the Rooks are being knocked down. Wayne, he's cutting workers. Marines, they do spot the army. But Wayne, he does have a 4th base on the way. He's drawn up to 69. Nice. But no more than that. We are hitting a timing with 1. I thought it was going to hit a 2-2 timing, but no, he's going to be hitting it with 1-1 instead. But there's that infestation bait. It has been spotted. The scan does reveal it. Wayne, he's thinking about that Hive tech. Still not droning, though. Still maxing out on Roach Ravager. Now, sure, Wayne, he may be maxed out, but the soup does lie. And Roach Ravager is inflated supply. He does take down one of those tanks. But he's being kited here towards the 3rd base. Does take down the Cyclones. But so many tank shots are going off on this army. Camping the production, camping that factory, though, takes down the tech lab. And he's pushing towards that 3rd base. The boys are being pulled. The tank goes down. And it looks like Wayne, he has broken the 3rd. Not just the 3rd, but also the 2nd factory. 13 SCVs go down. Oh, Wayne, he wants a little bit more. He has to be careful to overextend. He's backing up. Trading with these Marines, fighting outside of range of the tanks. He's going to pull back. Hive is on the way. So far, a good trade from Wayne, but he isn't ahead economically. Like, again, he's only on 68 workers. We have Clem on 63. Plus mules. Roach is once again trying to push on forward. And we can see Wayne transitioning, by the way, as he wants that tank. And he's going to get it. Low ground tank. Oh, no, it's not going to go down. Oh, my God. And this was a massive overextension from Wayne. Ay, ay, ay. Wayne, he wasn't looking too bad, but he lost so much trying to push into this line of tanks. 2 tanks on the high ground, 2 tanks on the low ground. Clem took an amazing fight. And again, like Roach Ravager, the supply is inflated. That's why we just saw Wayne just melt here. And now we have to work on the next step. Hive. Link speed is on the way. +1 melee as well. This is what we spoke about. With +1 melee on the way, we're working towards Link Bane Roach Ravager. Ultra Cavern gets thrown down as well. But Clem is in a good economic position. Clem was on 4 bases. Clem has a better economy. We're even in workers. When we factor in mules, Clem is ahead. Like again, roaches, they don't scale well into the late game. We lack anti-air, and Clem is going for the drop into the main. Initially, Wayne did really well breaking the third, but maybe got a little bit too greedy. Maybe got a little bit too excited because he was in a good position. Yeah, he got too excited this time. Joe Play trying to get into the main. Meanwhile, here comes the army of Clem, and we should get a kill on this hatchery. There's no stopping it. Would you have some fungals? Oh, we're gonna push on forward. Fungal will connect with the Marines. Wayne getting a good trade. He collapses on these tanks, takes down some of the Marines as well, and he can keep on pushing. Oh, getting the final tank. At the same time, oh, the hatchery will fall. The job comes back in. Overall, Wayne did trade well, and thankfully he's getting out of Roach Ravager into Lings, Banelings, and Ultras. We even have Vipers for the Parasitic Bomb. Oh. Oh my god. One medevac will go down, the other barely escapes. Clem coming in with reinforcements. Again, Clem's economy has still been untouched ever since the initial wave was pushed. Ever since the initial wave was deflected. The creep is looking good here for Wayne, especially, oh my god, look at the southern half of the map. Almost the entire map is covered. And we're getting there towards the north. Really good creep spread. Wayne, huh? Finally, some of it is being cleaned up. As Clem needs to take another base, and that's scary. That is the 5th base for Clem. He's already ahead economically, and he's looking to just maintain that economic lead. Ultras have now been spotted. Ghost Academy's on the way. But it's still halfway done. We need more time. We need those ghosts. Oh. And without those ghosts, without Liberators, mate, the Ultras, they could put in some work. Kindness plating is done. Do we have any Vipers? We do. We do have 2 Vipers. Meeting up with the main army. We have a No, the Vipers! They're exposed. Oh my god. And 1 Viper is gonna go down. Ay, ay, ay. We only had 2 to begin with. We are down to 1. Do need those Vipers. Lings, they do dive on forward. 1 tank does go down. Another gets yoinked in. Here we go. Wayne's gonna just barrel on through this army. The Ultras leading the charge. We get on top of 1 of the tanks. The SimCity working against Wayne here. The choke point is brutal. The ghosts have arrived, but the final tank goes down. We chase back the army, and we break into the mineral line. The Ultras are falling there. Do we have a fungal? We do! Big fungal. A chain fungal as well. The Ultra is going to fall, but the Vials, they connect. They take down some of the medevacs. And for the 2nd time this game, the 3rd base has been broken. And we can keep on pushing. Yeah, the tanks are falling one after the other. Lings are coming in to reinforce as well. Wayne, can he barely break through? He cannot. He's being forced back, but he did kill 18 workers. Reset the tank count. Killed some of the ghosts. No! The infestors. The infestors go down. We have the 1 Ultra going ham. We gotta get out of here. Run away, Ultra. Run away. Ooh, as has Clem overextended. Again, thankfully for Clem, no anti-air. No anti-air, so the medevacs are going to be able to evacuate. They're going to be able to escape. Do we have a Spire? We do not. No Spire for Wayne. Just Ling Ultra. Once again, we take down the tank. Forcing a lift on the 3rd. Ooh, snipes are going to be going off. 1 Ultra goes down. Here comes the Widowmine. Widowmine does not go off. Wayne desperately trying to make this work, desperately trying to force the issue. But the choke point, the kiting here is just a little bit too good. A nice split here against the medevac. Sorry, against the powerbomb. Wayne, he's just dancing with the army. Clem trading well. He gets another one of those ultras. Wayne hoping for a fungal. The fungal does miss. Another infestor waddling on in. This time it will connect. The fungal growth. We get on top of the army finally. But we bled out everything. Regardless though, Wayne, he's on top of the third base. Shutting down that orbital. Now Clem, he does have a bunch of bases soon to be taken, but he's only on a 3-base economy. Heavily muling. Wayne needs to calm down. And we need some anti-air would be amazing, but GG gets called. It's just too much. Clem knows that he's just too far behind, and Wayne takes game number 1. Oh my god. GG. GG, well played, Wayne. Taking that game here, being hyper aggressive. I was concerned that he had thrown away too many Ravagers and too many Roaches. Remember, initially Wayne was able to break the third, and then he stuck around too long. He was like up in 1 second, in one moment, he was like up 60, 70 supply, and then things evened up. Then he just lost so much, pushing into 4 tanks. And he was in some trouble. He was in quite some trouble for a couple of minutes there, but alas, he was able to recover. Able to gain some lings, able to land some beautiful fungal growths as well, and take it in the end. GG, well played. Whew, oh my god. It wasn't one-sided by any means. It was back and forth. It was a hard-fought win for Wayne. But he needs one more to advance on to the grand finals, and that would be huge. I'm curious, actually. I'm very curious. I wonder if anyone knows this. I'm going to be checking myself over on Wikipedia. Has Wayne ever beaten Clem? I know he's beaten Cyril, of course, in the ZVZs. But has Wayne ever beaten Clem before? Maybe early on. Maybe when he was Vanya? That's the other question. Did Wayne beat Clem, or did Vanya beat Clem? Or did Radata beat? That's the real question. Alright, let's double check. Okay. Oh my god, that's brutal. I don't know if I want to show this. Okay. Jesus. So Wayne has beaten Clem before, but it doesn't look pretty. Clem has 100% win rate in 2021, 100% win rate in 2022. In 2023, they faced off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Wayne has won once. Wayne has beaten Clem once this year. Can he do it again? Can he do it again? Likewise, Vanya beat Clem once in 2020. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in their 4 years, sorry, in their 5, 6, in their 6 years of like back and forth play, ever since 2018, Wayne has beaten Clem in 3 series. Oh boy, that's crazy. That's not even once a year. But hey, can we do it again? Can we, for the first time, can we beat Clem twice in 1 year? Let's go. Let's go for it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the French Terran player representing Team Liquid. Down in this series, looking to fight back, it is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, going for a 15-hatch opener. Potentially going gasless, as we should be going for a 15-15. We have our Blue Zerg representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. Oh boy, here we go. Let's go for our number 4th win. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I mean, it just goes to show that Clem has been a dominant player for a long time. It goes to show that Clem, he has been a dominant force in the world, not just in Europe, for many, many years. And it's really difficult for many people to really contest against him unless you are one of the best players in the world. And Wayne, can he prove that here tonight? Can he be one of those best players in the world? I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Vamonos, Wayne. Vamonos! For now, again, 15-15 into a delayed gas geyser. So the way this works is Wayne, he's going to be defending with purely queens. He should be defending with queens and droning as much as he can. Now, what's interesting about this is that typically we see these openers on smaller maps, or maps where you can be a little bit more greedy, like Alkione, for example, Radisson Station, potentially Golden Ore is another one as well, just because of how late your link speed is going to be and how reliant you are on queens. So, interesting choice for Wayne to go for this on a map like Hecate. We'll see if he can minimize his losses. Reaper has arrived, and again, we can only defend it with queens. 2 links are on the way up. Ooh, the drone does morph into that gas geyser just in time. You can see Wayne, he did make a panic pair of links in the main, but only 1 pair of links. Behind this, we are not skipping link speed. Bear that in mind. There are players that when they go for 15-15, they actually skip link speed entirely, and we are staying in gas. Very aggressive here from Wayne. We do not stay in gas without good reason. Now, this could be for a fast lair. This could also be for a roach all-in, or even I'm not too fond of bane busting here in this position, but a roach warren on a lair both are on the table here for Wayne. For now, he's keeping up with this Reaper. Behind this, Clem going for a 3rd CC before starport. Economic opener once again here from Clem, and there it is. There's the lair. 3 minutes 18 lair timing, or I think it was 17 lair timing. Very early on here from Wayne. It's looking like a Link Queen Knight is holding the Reaper. We can't let it scout. The Reaper, it's making its way towards the main base. We have to keep this lair hidden. It gets into the main. 1 drone and barely not going to go down. Link speed has been spotted. Gas mining. 2nd gas geyser has been spotted. This is a tell. There's no reason to get a gas geyser this early on. The Hellions, they dive in. And they scout the lair. And they get drone damage. 2, 3 drones go down. And we're going to get even more. This is disastrous. Link speed still not done. 5 dead workers. 6 towards the end. And the Reaper comes back in. And Clem sees everything. He knows that, of course, aggression is coming. And he's getting ready back at home. Banshees are on the way. And we are taking gases. We're going into a Spire. This makes sense. If we were planning on going for 2 base Nidus, and 2 gases do indicate 2 base Nidus, then, I mean, obviously it's not going to work. Not anymore. So we have to shift gears. We're taking a 3rd and 4th gas and going for the Spire. I do like this just because I feel like a Nidus all-in would have failed, just because Clem saw everything and he's even ready in the main base for anything going into the main. The Banshee's in the main base as well. So I think this is a really nice way to transition, but still very risky. Very risky here from Wayne. We'll see if he can get away with it. Behind this, Overlord dips into the natural, getting eyes on both eBays, gas mining. Now, if no Nidus comes in, and the longer this goes on, the less likely of Nidus it's going to be, Clem can piece together that it's going to be 2 base Muta. Because there's only so much that it can be if you're rushing into an early lair. It could be 2 base Muta, it could have been 2 base Hydra. If Clem was playing against Mio Micah, that'd be a big possibility. I say Mio, I think some other Zerg players have whipped it out before. But Clem, he can deduce, and I'm sure it's in the back of his mind, that Muta play is an option. Here we go, Hellions, they dive towards that main, being forced back. Mutas, they do pop out, they do catch the, oh my god, they do catch some of these Banshees, but detection is required. Regardless, we do force back the army of Clem, and we do clean up at least some of these Hellions, or at least force them to dive. Marines are getting in position, Stim is not quite done. The Mutas, they are going to have a hard time finding economic damage because they had to reveal themselves, but they do force back the army. Lings are moving forward. Again, Wayne is looking for an opportune moment to rush in with those Lings. Mutas distracting in the main base. Rotating towards the 3rd. Turrets are done though. Leaders do end up rotating out towards that natural base. The Lings, they could even go towards a third. The Lings, they don't commit. Not yet. Wayne, he wants to try to force this army out into the open. Scan reveals the lack of drones. Big scouts. A massive scan here from Clem. With the lack of saturation, he knows that his opponent is all-inning. And Wayne is completely all in. He hasn't been joining. He's cutting workers at 42. Okay, he goes straight for the third. He has to. And this is going to be a rough trade for Wayne. Turrets are going ham. Lings are trying to engage. But Wayne, he's losing so much in the process. Yeah, GG gets called. And Clem will take game number 2. GG. We go into the ace match. We are going to game 3. Let's go. Oh. Let us go. So we're going to that final game here. And again, like, Wayne, it is unfortunate that he got scattered so early on. You know, he was trying to sneak out that lair. Didn't manage to hide it. Clem saw everything. If he didn't see it with the Reaper, of course, he would have seen it with the Hellions, which he did. And Clem was able to react beautifully, prepare back at home, and on top of that, the scan at the third base let Clem know not to move out. It let him know to just wall up on 2 bases and wait for his opponent to come to him. And he did, eventually. He did. Here we go. Now we are getting into our next game. And it all ends here. This is how we find out. This is where we do decide who makes it to the finals and who faces off against Cure in the best of 5. Here we go. We all died for ire. Is that like a bot that only... It's very on brand. The Wrath of Ire. I like it. As we're getting into the ace matches, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ocean Porn, we have the French Terran player representing Team Liquid, tying up the series 1-1. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Zerg player, still looking to take this series and advance on to the finals for the first time. Representing Starlight Twinkle, it is Wayne. Here we go. And the question becomes, what is Wayne going to do? Basically, he has been the aggressor this entire series. Game 1, he went for a 1-1 roach all-in on 69. Nice. On a 69 drone count. In Game 2, he rushed into a fast lair. So, what does Wayne have in store for us here in game number 3? Again, he's been doing something different every game. Something aggressive every game. And that's on brand. That's just Wayne as a player. Always looking to be in the driver's seat. Always looking to be the player to dictate the pace of the game. And make his opponent as uncomfortable as possible. We'll see where this takes us. Here we go. Drone's going to be saturating the gases. SCV Scout is going to be coming in for Clem. Trying to get a read on what is going on. What is that? Is that Cosmos? Fala galera! SOS Davi. Let's go. I just saw the gifts in the chat. That's beautiful. Cosmos and Edmoso. You know what I can't believe? Off topic. Cosmos, he's a dad. He's a dad now. He has a kid. He has a little Cosmos. Beautiful. Aye. Oh, as a drone, the third base is going to be delayed. Brutal moment here as the Reaper dives into that natural. Aye. This is actually a really rough moment for Wayne. So his third base is delayed and he's forced to take the center base instead. Meanwhile, Drones are going to be threatened. Reaper is going to be forced back. As Clem does dive into the main. Oh my god. He even forces the gas guys are not like this. So essentially what I'm getting at here, outside of the delayed third, the forced gas geyser, and behind this we have an interesting follow-up as well, which is going to be scouted. This center base is so difficult to hold on to. It's right next to this high ground, so tanks can get some really good positioning here on the low ground third. Likewise, you can attack from the right-hand side as well. This is going to be a tough hold for Wayne, and I love what Clem is doing behind this. He is not going for a third CC. He's going for a 1-1-1, a much more aggressive follow-up here from Clem. Looking to punish this third. Stim is on the way. Starport is finishing up. Now, what's important is that Wayne scouted this. Wayne slipped in with a Ling, and he saw the Starport in production. So, Wayne is aware of the aggression, but just because he's aware doesn't mean he can stop it. He knows that he can't drone up as freely as he otherwise would have liked, and that a push is imminent. Oh my god, as we get a drone in the main! The Reaper does go down, but Reaper doesn't scale well in towards the mid game, so a good trade nonetheless for Clem. Third base has been taken, and we need to spread creep desperately. Roach Warren is thrown down. I do like the Roach Warren option. Ravagers can be ideal early on against tank-based pushes. Speaking of, Hellions are moving out. Liberator as well. Looks like Clem does want to try to pull Wayne apart. Overlord goes down, supply blocking him. Clem, he rotates towards the natural. Queens, though, they're keeping up so far. They're forcing this back. Viking finding another Overlord. Oh my god. The second Overlord is going to go down. The Hellions, they get into the third. 2 drones go down. Only 2 workers, though. As the Hellions, they do make it off of creep. Liberator still on the way. Making its way towards the natural. Hellions rotating around. Stim is going to be done. We're building up the bio army. Getting into our third CC. A delayed third here from Clem, which is why he needs to get damage done. I believe he will. At the same time, well, we do delay the third CC a little bit longer even. Getting a kill on the morphing in SCV, or the building SCV. Oh, Liberator gets in. That's going to be 2. That's going to be 3 dead workers. Liberator does back off. Aliens still being active. We can see the bio army amassing, getting ready to reinforce with a double drop. Clem losing some of his Hellions though. Wayne, he's holding on. Liberator tries to go into the natural, but there's a Spore and a Queen in position. And Wayne, he's settling into this. Doesn't have the best economy. He's up 11 workers, which, again, against a Terran isn't ideal. We can see Clem taking his taking his third base. As 2 more drones go down. And Wayne rushing into an infestation pit. I appreciate this. I believe Wayne intends to go into fast infestors to help support his army. Remember, in the new patch, infestors, once they spawn in, once they are made, infestors do have enough energy for 1 fungal. 1 fungal each. And fungal growths can be a great way to try to support and help maintain control of the early game or the mid game and support those roaches. Meanwhile, double drop comes in. We're going to force a cancel on this hatchery. Roach speed not quite done. At the same time, Hellions, they threaten another dive, but there are Queens in position. We drop into the main. Drones are going down. The other downside of roaches is they're so immobile. 1 roach gets picked off. Wayne having a hard time keeping up. 7 drones go down in total. That was workers here in the main alongside here at the third. And Clem is looking for another cancel on this hatchery. Oh, he's going to get it. Ooh. Clem getting a bit out of hand here. Behind this, he's on 3 base saturation. Again, he's up in economy. Working towards his gases as well. As well as His second factory is on. Meanwhile, we do take a bot to the face. A fungal to the face as well, and Wayne, he shuts down a medevac. Not too bad. A good moment, a necessary moment here for Wayne. Meanwhile, Liberators, they come into the third base once again. Drones are going to be going down. It's going to be 3 more dead workers. Ooh, as we do pile it down. So far, good piles here from Wayne. Very nicely done. Drop sips into the main base. We do have +1 melee on the way, so Wayne, he wants to transition into Ling Bane. So it's going to be Ling Bane Roach Ravager. There's our 4cc on the way for Clem. We pointed out the gases earlier, the second factory. All things leading towards a 4th. Clem looking to get into a more longer game here. So the game is going to be settling down a little bit. I still want to give the edge to Clem. Like, this is a terrifying army. Like, we're moving out. Bailing speed is still in the way. +1 melee still in the way as well. Wayne, he needs time. He needs time to get into his Ling Bane Roach Ravager army. Meanwhile, Clem is already here. Clem is already pushing in. What do we have to defend? We have 5 Ravagers. We have 2 Infestors. The Infestors, again, they're going to be so important. The Infestors is going to be so crucial here on whether or not we can hold on. Wayne canceling his base. Marines, a push on forward. Tanks are leapfrogging. And this time, Clem, he is wise to the fungals. He's already pre-splitting his army. Very careful about how he engages. Tank shot's going to be going off. The Marines, they stim forward. Oh, we're taking down so many roaches. The roaches, the queens, they fall. We're going for a massive counterattack. The Ling run by is going to get cleaned up, and the main army is getting out of control. The fungals connect, but it doesn't matter. Oh, the big fungals, actually, but we can take the fungals to the face. GG gets called. Clem can power through it, and Clem will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Clem will take it, but a big shout out to Wayne. Wayne, he brought it all the way to the ace match. He had an amazing run tonight. Went further than he ever has before in KungFu Cup, so very impressive stuff. Alas, not enough to take down Clem, but enough to force him to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. I hope that Wayne isn't too upset with his performance here, because again, he caused so many upsets making it this far, and with that, Wayne does bow out, and Clem advances on to the grand finals, and we are heading over to the American server because up next we have a best of 5 between Clem and Cure. Tis gonna be that TvZ finals. Let's go. It could not be stopped. It never is, Papi. It never is.